Alright, what is going on, everybody? This is Treasure MC, and if you saw my Hasbro rant video, then you would know why we're reviewing this. If not, or you don't really care, then that's fine. Today we are looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Marvel Gamerverse Avengers Ms. Marvel. Lots of Marvel. The Abomination Build-A-Figure for ages 4 and up. Yeah, so there's that. There's the one side of the package. There's the back. You get a little read-up on her, including a whole bunch of languages. I don't know what a lot of those languages are. You get that if y'all want to read all of that. There you go. There's the BAF for that. And then turn around, same kind of thing. Avengers logo down there. And then underneath, not a whole bunch of stuff. This is an older figure from like 2020 or so. Yeah, I guess without any further ado, let's open this thing up, see what we got going on. So I will say it's fun being able to do this again. It's been a while since we actually unboxed a figure and opened it up. I think the last time that I did one of those types of videos, it was back when I was, deep into the classic McFarlane Spawn figures. So very, very nice. Very nice. Going back to the roots, I guess you could say. There we go. All right. Hey, I like that. That's pretty cool. You got like the Avengers logo on there. So there you go. That's kind of cool. I like that. All right, and then let's get the stuff out of here, I guess. So here is Abomination's torso, I guess. And then here is the front part of it. Ugh, if I can get it out. Get it out! Get out of there! You're not supposed to stay in this package the whole time. So, yeah, I guess that'll just kind of clip on there. We'll look at that later. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you're more interested in this figure right here than the piece of Abomination. So, yeah. Although I will say, I do have a special place in my heart for Abomination because he is the antagonist of my favorite MCU movie. Yes, that's right. My favorite MCU movie is actually The Incredible Hulk, believe it or not. But anyway, here is Kamala Khan, who was, if you didn't see my Hasbro video, you might not know this, but she's actually one of my favorite Marvel characters. I also really like this comic artwork. So, yeah, there we go. Here she is with Spider-Man from Marvel Select. She's definitely out of scale with him, but then again, this is 7-inch. This is kind of 6-inch. Kind of, not really. Where's my ruler? Here it is. All right, so let's see how tall she stands. Looks like from the bottom of her boot to the top of her head, looks like she's about 5 3/4 inches. Or that would translate to, let's say she's just under 15 centimeters. So, yeah, I think it's pretty straightforward. I mean, I will say that Ms. Marvel, she does have, it's an iconic design, but it's also a simple one. I mean, she kind of threw her own superhero costume together and then kind of called it a day. And I think that definitely checks out with this. I like the head sculpt there. The hair looks nice. I like how it's just black. It's simple enough, simple and effective. She does have her mask on, which looks pretty good. You can kind of see her eyes underneath that. She's got a bit of a smile there. With her cape thing. Well, it's not really a cape, it's a scarf. I don't know what you would call it, but it's got a nice, like, orange emblem there. I don't know if that's supposed to be yellow, but it definitely came out as orange. She does have her bangle, which, of course, she's got to have that on. It looks good. I like the details with the kind of rivets in there, and then you got, like, some lines on there, on the other side there. Then, of course, with the with this, what I picture her doing is she just like took some clothes and then she just decided, I'm gonna make a superhero costume out of this. So she took like this jacket or, you know, whatever it is, and then just spray painted a Marvel logo on there, which, you know, it actually looks pretty solid there. It doesn't look like she spray painted on. That's just how I picture her doing that. But yeah, you got like some gold there, like right up to where the sleeves are, and then you got kind of like this gold lightning bolt there. Looks good. And then, yeah, other than that, I mean, really the only other thing to talk about is the boots, which are just blue plastic, but they look good. The laces look good. I don't like too much how the sculpt kind of stops and then continues again, but I'm willing to overlook that just a little bit. Because, again, see my rant video, see how I view these things. But, yeah, and then she does have her alternate stretchy hands here. So this one looks good. I mean, there's not a whole lot of detail there, but it looks fine for what it is. And then on this side, you got the bangle. The bangle stretches, and, yep, you can kind of see it's basically the same detail on this side, just embiggened, enlarged, and all of that. So there you go. What is... She's got, like, some stuff on her hands. Looks kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know about that. Anyway, but yeah, so as far as articulation goes, the head, I'm sure, won't move around too much. She can look up about that far, down about that far, and that's about it. Can't really go side to side. You can't really turn it a whole lot. Kind of gets in the way. The hair, as well as this, even though the hair is the hair more so than the scarf. Her arms can go out about that far. It's pretty good. You can obviously rotate them all the way around. You don't get a bicep swivel, but you do get a single joint for the elbow. Gives you about 90 degrees, so that's fine. You do get a swivel there, because I can already tell what you do is you just pop these off, and then you put the replacements on there, so there you go. And then the bangle is it's not a separate piece, but yeah, so with the hands, you do get a swivel, and then a little bit of a hinge there. And then you do get a diaphragm joint, which goes back only about that far, and it goes forward only about that far, so it's pretty good. You do get some rotation, you do get a little bit of pivoting there. You don't get anything for the waist, though. So there's no articulation in the waist, so do be aware of that. I feel like I'm going to break this scarf, that's why I keep checking it. But yeah, and then for the hips, they can go out about that far. Here you go. And going forward and going back, you get about that much range, which is not too bad. You do get a thigh swivel, which is pretty obvious, because there's just a big cut right there. But yeah, so you do get that. You do get a double joint for the knee, which is all right. Gives you some decent enough range, especially if you use both of the joints there like that. So there you go. It's all right. And then you do get a boot swivel. Yep, so the boot does turn. And then for the ankle, it goes back. Does it go back at all? I think it does. It goes back. Yeah, it does. So it goes back a pretty good amount. It goes forward pretty decent amount. You can rotate it, and then you do get a little bit of pivoting there as well. So there we go. And then in case y'all are curious, and y'all wanted to see the Abomination torso, we can check that out. So he's got like some spikes along his back. He's got some nice scales and all of that. And then, of course, he's got his pants on, which is pretty cool. And then got, you know, kind of the same detail there. You got some warts on here and some more scales and spikes and all of that. And, I mean, it's pretty straightforward for what it is. I mean, there's only a fraction of what the full figure is supposed to look like, but you can see it regardless. So there we go. There is that. And then that just about covers it. So that's about all that I have to say. So do I think this is cool? I would say so. If you're not interested in the figure, or the character rather, then you probably wouldn't like this figure, because it's pretty straightforward, but I like it for what it is. So that just about covers it. So if you enjoyed this video, or you like Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, or anything like that, do be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comments what you think. If y'all want me to track down the rest of the figures to put Abomination together, I might consider that. I might end up doing that, but I want to know if y'all are interested in me doing that, because I don't think I'll just do it, you know, on my own. I mean, I might, but I don't know. But yeah, if y'all want to see more content like this, you can definitely subscribe. Stay tuned for other stuff. But other than all of that, I do hope you enjoyed. I do hope I'll see you all later. Goodbye.